Last week, Tyler was giving advice and he used the phrase, loosen your embouchure. And it's a technical term that I think means that it's important how you hold your mouth when you sing and that you can't do it real tense, that you gotta do it relaxed. It's a technical term that may or may not have meaning. I think as Christians, sometimes, we have our own insider language that we talk that may or may not be understandable to ourselves and other people. When I grew up, I heard a lot about propitiation, justification, sanctification, glorification. I think I had a general idea of what it meant, but I wasn't really too sure what all that stuff meant. But Jesus, he used word pictures or stories to try to communicate. One example of that is he talked about a wayward son that went off to a far land and he wasted the money that his father gave him. When he decided to come home, the story tells us, Jesus tells us, that the father saw him from a distance. He was looking for him. And he hiked up his robe and he ran to his son. And he hugged him. He kissed him. He said, welcome. That's a picture of the love that our Father has that's for us, that is beyond whatever technical terms we might try to come up to describe that. And another word picture is communion itself. And we do this in remembrance of the sacrifice that Jesus did for us. But it also contains, if I can get it loose, symbols that are important to us. Just as we need solid food to live, as we take the bread, we need Jesus in order to live. We need him for spiritual life. And as we take the cup, in remembrance of the sacrifice that's blood spilled, but also, just as we need fluids to live, we need Jesus in order to live this life. So as we take communion this morning, I ask that you would remember what it's about and ask that Jesus would be real to us this morning. Dear Father in heaven, thank you that you love us. You love us like a father waiting on his son to hug, kiss, and embrace. Thank you for the word pictures that are in the Scripture that speak to our hearts. I ask that your Spirit would come, make your love for us real this morning. In Jesus' name I pray.